Just getting the swaps in for this side of Team Lunar, and then we'll be ready to go. Tyler should be blue. Just checking, Army of Minions should be blue. Veil of Hades, Omniflap. Omniflap should be blue. Space Cowboy, Nymph, Super Alice. Super Alice should be red. Correct? Where is he? What team is Super Alice on? Who's Dorky? Dorky is on Team Lunar, so that is blue. Who on earth is Super Alice? Super Alice. Just trying to find out who Super Alice is, because I think I'm just being blind and I can't find her on the roster. She's on SDG. Okay, we're just going to be getting the link to the stream up, and then once we do that, we'll be ready to go. Share, copy the link. Okay, just clearing up a bit of commotion with Super Ellis. Okay, and we're going to be going into Ilios as our first map. Just doing a quick pause check. Pause does indeed work. So, I wonder what we're going to see here from either team. Dodie, of course, looking like he's going to be on his signature Lucio. Just whilst we wait, we just have a quick pan around of the map. See the statue. Similar to the statue of Bravos in Game of Thrones over there. Statue of Titan, I believe it is. God, this game is pretty. So we're going to see on the side of Team Lunar, we're going to see Pharmacy Tracer with Monkey Ball Dive, whereas SDG Elite are going to be running the Rhine Diva Reaper May. So we're going to see a dive comp versus a very death brawly comp. It's going to be interesting here. Fict on his Farah has got to be getting kills quickly. If he can pick off the May, that'll be a huge pick for him. I'm going to see how this initial rollout lasts for each team. So do they see each other yet? Fict should be able to see the team now and report back to them. So the Death Ball comp here is looking to try and take positioning on point here. They do get in without taking too much damage. Kazor on the Rhine though does go down to half. It's getting healed up though. They're going to have a very early coercion coming out here eventually if they can heal up all this chip damage that Fict is putting in. But Fict already building up the barrage. That is insanely quick from him. Does find the pick onto Dodie on this Lucio. And even though first cap is going to be going over to SDG Elite, Fict building a very early barrage. He's going to find out another 2 and the mech, plus taking out Daria on the Reaper. And it's going to be an almost instantaneous switch, flip back from Team Lunar. Team Lunar doing a very good job there of allowing Fict the space with the Mercy boost from Rob to build up this ult very quickly. And so immediately we're going to see a DPS swap set here from the side of SDG Elite. Dara here is going to get onto those McCree. And we're going to see Fahad going on to this Echo here. Fahad gets kept almost one clip by the Tracer. Oh, escapes with virtually no HP. Going on to this Echo now to see what they can do. Trying to put a little bit of pressure onto Fict on this Farah, but can't do too much so far. Just a bit of posturing from each time. The pulse bomb does get stuck onto Femi on the Diva, and it does eventually take him out of mech with help from the thing. But Fict, oh, with this Farah, is so deadly. Once Dara here is occupied by Dalvin on the Tracer, it's so easy for Fict just to have so much free room. I'm going to ride on board with him now if I can. There we go. And see what he's doing. Just looking to build up another ult charge, or almost already at another barrage. A couple more rockets should get him there.
Your support has arrived.
Oh, Femi does fall. He was in that Baby Diva form, so does get one shot by the rocket. The res does allow him to get a free mech. The Minefield and Primal Rage coming out here from Team Lunar. Femi back into the mech. Oh, but Fict does take down Beedle as they try and use the Coalescence. Dodie falling down to half, and that's going to be another easy cleanup. The dive from here from Team Lunar looking very, very good. Pretty solid so far, I have to say. We're going to be on board with Mr. Turtle here. Oh, we come on board just at the wrong time, just to see the tactical crouch. Unfortunate there. He does get set on fire by the dynamite and does have to fall. Rob does go down to the Ash here from Fahad. But as we're approaching 95, 96, Coalescence from Bob does find 2, and SDG Elite are forced to touch the point. But they do have nobody left apart from this Diva from Femi. And so Femi's going to be there. Dalvin decides if I'm going down, taking you with me. So does manage to kill Fahad with the pulse bomb. Does take himself out. The wrecking ball here from the side of SDG Elite, just a stall. So it should be pretty smoothly taking out, the Tracer does fall as well, and so that's going to be the first round of Ilios, being Lighthouse, going the way of Team Lunar, looking very solid with this dive. And so yeah, that's going to be exactly what happened. Fick looking very good on this Sparrow so far, buying a lot of space for his team, for his tank to move in, and Dalvin doing a lot of work on this Tracer as well. Okay, and so on Ruins, we're going to see Dara here coming out on the Widow, and we're going to see matching Pharmacy here from SDG Elite. And so Pharmacy Widow for both teams, but Dodie on the back teeth with Bub on the Moira. I'm going to see Super Monkey Ball from Team Lunar against the classic dive tanks of Winston Diva for SDG Elite. Just both teams poking and prodding right now. Fick does go half, does get hit by Dara here, I believe it was, or maybe it was for half. And so Team Lunar putting a lot of damage into these things. Oh, but Dalvin gets jumped by Fahad. Fahad gets thrown down to Fick himself. And so it's a 1-for-1 trade, but SDG yet again getting the first cap pretty quickly. The Dara here and Femi both very low. Femi does manage to get out at 100 HP or so, but Kaza does lose his mech as Diva. Fick eventually does find Femi. And we're just going to see Team Lunar just trying to cap at this point as quick as they can. They do lose Fick, and the Immortality Field is out. But both Dodie and Kazakiller are both very low inside of that. Kaza does fall now. And it's just the Pharah and Widow alive for the side of SDG Elite, and they cannot stall the point anymore. I'm going to see if Dara here can get anything. No, it looks like he's going back, potentially back to spawn to swap. And he does swap. He does indeed swap to the Reaper. So they have now no direct counter to the Pharah other than Fahad just winning the Pharah Mercy 2v2. You're going to see him here. He does get a direct hit the second they swap onto him. But he's going to see an interesting Pharah 1v1 there. Meanwhile, the Primal Rage does come out from Femi, but gets instantly melted. Sorry, that Primal Rage is out from Mr. Turtle. As Femi goes into the backline, but gets melted. Fick does try and get something with the barrage. Not quite sure what he was after, but does go down to Fahad. Meanwhile, Dalvin finding 3 in the fight so far. This should be very winnable for Team Lunar, and SDG are looking like they're going to have to back out. Oh, but Rob does go down by a stray racket from Fahad, and Fahad invests the barrage as well. Oh, but nice play there from Mr. Turtle. Don't know if it was deliberate, but jumps in front of Fahad as he uses the barrage and forces him to kill himself. And all of a sudden, SDG finding 3 kills in this fight. Looks like, unless Mr. Brightside here can stall out for some time on this Wrecking Ball, which now that his Pharah's back, it might be able to do. So they do force the Valkyrie investment from Beedle, but that is going to be SDG flipping back. Okay, so the minefield out here from the side of Team Lunar. The Reaper from Dara here is just kind of stuck on point. As we're going to see him TPing across the minefield. And Bob does find Kazakiller with a stray skill orb. Because obviously so much skill goes into that. You see a double bubble. And the Pharah here does take out Bob. But it's going to be getting 3-4 kills. The DPS doing very well here in this game so far from Team Lunar. Mr. Brightside does fall to the Reaper ult. So there's going to be Team Lunar flipping it back, approaching 70% now. Dalvin doing very well on this Tracer so far. Dalvin and Fix being a very vicious DPS duo for the side of Team Lunar. I would have liked to see Dara here go on to maybe the McCree, that way he could deal with both the Tracer and the Pharah. Although that being said, he did struggle on the McCree in the first round on Lighthouse. So the tank's just jockeying for position right now. So we've got Mr. Turtle here with the Primal Rage. What is he going to go after that? So we're going to see 3 ults here from the side of Team Lunar. On Fahad to go down to a double direct from Fix. A very good play from him. The Pulse Bomb onto Kazakiller does take him out of the mech. Dara here goes very low as well, and Fix does find the final kill on Kaza. A nice barrage in over the top, just breaking the bubble and putting the Winston down to low HP. The Mr. Turtle does find Femi with the Primal, and that's going to be the second round going to Team Lunar, and that's going to be the first map going the way of Team Lunar. Team Lunar looking very good on this Pharmacy Tracer dive. Looking like a strong team. Obviously, it's only been map 1. There's still time yet. This we play the game now from Flicked. Yeah, it'll be. I assume this will be the early barrage on Lighthouse. So look at this. Built up the barrage before the point even unlocked. Does take out 1, 2. Does get the mech as well. Takes out a third, and then another rocket. Nice little jump jet over the top of the Reaper before shooting in the back of the head. So if you're in chat, say hello, let me know who you are and what you're doing. Who you're backing in this game. Who do we think wins this? Both of these teams doing pretty well in the Elite so far. If we go to Elite standings, we're going to see SDG Elite currently, both of these teams are 3-1 with a very close map differential. So SDG Elite have 11 maps won and 3 maps lost. Team Lunar have 12 maps won but 5 maps lost. So having a slightly closer games. Just waiting for swaps here to come through for either side. And then we're going to be going over to, we're going to be going over to, what's the next map? It's King's Row, everybody's favourite map. So SDG Elite are going to be having the say of whether they attack or defend. So we've got the swaps coming in. So we're going to have, so it's still going to be, just swap these around. So we're going to have Space Cowboy and Super Ellis coming in for DPS. For the side of Space Cowboy has left the game. And so we're going to have Dodo and Beetle still. The wrong way around, just swap them around. Currently we've been live for just under 20 minutes. And we're going to be going into map 2 shortly. So, after that first round, we saw a strong performance coming out from Team Lunar. Dalvin and Fick working well together on this Tracer Farah duo. And Mr. Brightside and Mr. Turtle putting another strong performance out there. 2 very good tanks, and they've got quite a very high level of synergy between them on these dive tanks. Looking quite impressive so far. Are SDG Elite going to strike back? Are we going to see any changes from that first round? Whilst we wait for Team Lunar to post their roster, I'm going to grab myself a drink. I'll be right back. So we're just going to see a slight change to the lineup. For SDG Elite, Space Cowboy having left the game, is going to be replaced by Veil of Hades. Okay, so we're going to have no swaps from the side of no swaps on the side of Team Lunar. We are just rating on readies for both teams. Okay, so SDG are ready? No, we're just waiting for Team Lunar. And we're going to go into it after we've had the confirmation that Team Lunar are ready. The King's Row, what are we going to see here from either team? Not too sure. Team Lunar looked very strong on this dive with the Pharmacy Tracer. Don't know quite if you can get the same amount of value on King's Row as you can do on Ilios. I think Ilios is quite a good map in the game for a Pharmacy Tracer. So we're going to see them initially on this defense. So they're going to be coming out on Ryan Zarya, Hanzo Farah, sorry. And then Mercy Moira. Rob stuck on Mercy duty for yet another map. Again, so on the other side, so Kazakilla currently showing this Hammond. Whether they're going to run it or not, I would be doubtful. But they're showing Ryan Diva, that makes a lot more sense here. And then we're going to be running double hit scans. They've had enough of fix, so they're going to be running Super Ellis on their Ashe and Veil of Hades on this Hanzo with the classic Moira Lucio. You're seeing here, will Super Ellis be able to get any picks on this Ashe? Oh, the Veil of Hades swapping over to the Sombra. That's an interesting pick. Can definitely work on this map. Just depends where he's going to set up. He's looking to go through the top of the left hotel at the moment. Oh, but Darwin found a nice headshot into Super Ellis to start this game and a body shot onto Dodie. The Sombra, I believe, is set up in their friendly hotel, which I think is a bit of a mistake. Does get the hack onto the Farah, but can they get the kill? Do they get heals onto Fix? Oh, but Fix nice to turn around and does take out Veil of Hades. And Darwin with yet another headshot onto Beetle this time. Taking out the Moira. Fix with the Mercy boost does take out Super Ellis yet again. And Femi is low on this Reinhardt, has having to back off to the health pack. There isn't actually a health pack there at the moment because somebody used it. And so right now, I think that this Sombra is having a hard time because they're not quite getting set up behind as I'd like them to. I'd like them to play from behind, play from the Mega in that room, or even the Mini in the top right here. So far, we're gonna see both the whole 5-man core for this side is pushing in. Oh, but Fick does take down Super Ellis yet again. And Mr. Brightside does find the final blow onto Femi. So the Ryan to the side of defense does get hacked, but does manage to back off safely. And you see Kazakilla just being left as that baby diva. I'd like to see him honestly just run in and feed, just die. Because now he does get a late stagger. Mr. Brightside with a nice bubble onto himself, doesn't take any damage and gets easy. This Sombra is still not yet set up behind them. They're still playing with their team, which I think is a big mistake, especially when you're going against Fix, who two-shots you as you try to go invis. That's a big shame. Just going to be making sure that Dorky is spectating side of Team Lunar. No, he's not. Spectate blue. So we're going to see an early grab dragon here. And does catch them as they're trying to rotate out. Does find 3, and that's a very nice combination. Does force out the beetle, does coalescence here, and doesn't get any value for it. Honestly, if you're SDG right now, if you're Femi, just die. Just die quickly. Just die and get the reset with your team. You're not going to get out. You're not going to get out here. You do eventually fall. Beetle should fall shortly after this. No, does manage to get out somehow. But Veil of Hades only just coming off in the EMP now. It's quite a very slow EMP with a minute and 30 seconds to go. It's really not doing enough on this summer to warrant the pick. I'd like to see them play from behind, maybe play from up top and just set up and just try and get some value. Hack this Ryan. There's a nice rotation here, but he's not even set up his translocator yet. Playing on this high ground, which I think can be very good for a Sombra. This team he's coming in for the EMP, but there's very obviously know that. It does catch 4 though, but the Valkyrie from Rob does come out early. This turtle does go down to the charge from Femi, and the team Lunar do go off a tick. They do manage to get the res off. That's a huge res. The coalescence does come out now. Chest goes into the shield. The Fit Barrages does get entirely eaten up by the Diva, who loses the mech, but does manage to get the bomb off. And so Super Ellis does find the power as she barrages. So Fix is down and they have no res. I'd like to see Team Lunar... Oh, they are investing into this. I was going to say I'd like to see them back off. They do find the Ash, but they lose their Rhine in the process. The coalescence comes out here from Beetle. But Mr. Brightside does find the Soldier, but they are not able to touch the point. And so that's going to be... Oh, and Mr. Brightside goes on a flank, does manage to find the Soldier, but puts himself out of position, does not manage to get out again. So they are going to have grabs. I'd like to see them hold maybe Bookshop on Streets phase. So what ults do the side of SDG Elite have here? They have Ball, and that's basically it. They don't have much. I guess they're somewhat coming up into Shatter shortly, but they're going up against the grab, nearly at a dragon. The dragon builds pretty quickly here. Super Ellis does go down to 1 HP though. Can they get a final blow on him? No, he's not. It looks like he's playing behind his team. Can he get some heals anytime soon? So Femi here just pushing Mr. Turtle and Mr. Brightside back, but does have to back off. You have a lot less frontline sustain with a Ryan Diva than you do a Ryan Zarya. So it's a grab out, and the dragon does follow and does find Dodie, and a nice headshot onto Super Ellis. The dragon finds 2 more though. Just shield, yep, fuck Bob, just shield Bob off. Mr. Turtle having great time there, having a lot of fun just holding down L2. So Veil of Hades now, going over to the Soldier from the Sombra. I think that was a good pick. That happened a while ago, but I think time to say that's a very good swap. He wasn't doing too much on that Sombra. Going to be putting a lot more pressure on Fix now with the double direct hit gun. So the Ryan and Lucio pushing forward to the side of SCG Elite, and Team Lunar showing them a lot of respect and just backing off and opting to play this final corner, which I think is a good call. Do they know about the Soldier flank though? The Soldier is on the flank and the Ash is at the high ground. Fix does go down to 1 HP, but it does eventually fall to Super Ellis. Rob gets pushed on the res as well, and that's huge. So now, Team Lunar losing 2. They do opt to trade the Coalescence. Have an earlier Coalescence, but Darwin does find that headshot onto the Soldier, but goes down himself to Super Ellis, who does fall then to rinse the Brightside. So it's a 3v3 at the moment, I believe, on the payload. Both tanks and a Moira are alive, the side of the defense, and both tanks and a Moira. It's a Ryan Zarya Moira 3v3 right now, but the Fix, as being the first one dead in that fight, does come back early, bringing back Rob on the Mercy as well. And so that's going to be, yet again, it's going to be the Soldier going on a flank, trying to get behind. Does miss the Helix Rocket, and that alerts Rob, who flies away swiftly. So the Sonic Arrow does spot him now, and Mr. Brightside playing a little ahead of Mr. Turtle here. Got the Brightside Turtle combo. So again, they're coming up shortly on another Grab Dragon, or even a Grab Barrage if they opt to do so. And see SDG Elite just posturing here for space, just trying to work their way forward slowly. They do lose Super Ellis though, and the Barrage does take out their front line. Dalvin does find the headshot onto Veil of Hades, just as he does find Victor the Helix Rocket, who does get rezzed up by Rob on the Mercy. Missy Dalvin yet again with another headshot, playing very well in his hands with this map. Can they get the Zarya? They do stop that Zarya from escaping the charge, and Bob does take a passing shot, but manages to get out safely. So this is going to be a very hard to attack here for the side of SDG. They do have 4 ults coming into this and potential to build up Coalescence, but they are going against 5 ults. The only thing that Team Lunar are lacking right now is this Barrage. Oh, but Mr. Brightside, if they can get this pick off, and he does, he's slightly out of position here, and that's brutal considering they had the Grab Dragon ready to use. But Rob is going to get the res here. Does opt to pop the Valkyrie as well, just to ensure that he isn't caught. And so with that, with a huge res, can SDG touch? SDG do manage to touch, and that's going to be Dodie's job, but the Rhine here from Femi is slightly out of position, and the grab comes out. The Grab Dragon yet again, finding 3 kills in that. And I believe it did a lot of damage to the Moira as well from Beetle. Soldier's the only one left here for SDG Elite, and that's going to be a 2nd point hold for the side of Team Lunar. I must say, Dalvin is looking very good on this Hanzo. I've seen a lot of headshots there that round. Looking like a killer combo on this Hanzo and Pharah.
Initiating match.
And so, Team Lunar now only need to push it towards the end of second point to manage to take this map and go 2-0 up in the series. So this is where the payload ended. But I believe it's just in front of that is where they need to push to. So on the defense here, we're going to see Ryan Zarya, Junkrat McCree. Super LS does have a very good Junkrat, as he's shown by playing for Anubis Unchained Academy. He played especially well in their game against Spawn last weekend. Oh, in fact, so Kazakilla is going to be swapping over to the Sigma. So we're going to see, no, Ryan Orisa on the defense. Double shield, really looking to play this bunker style, but not with the Sigma. So it's an interesting call. Orisa Ryan can be a very good combination. So right now, we're showing, Team Lunar is showing this dive tank Super Monkey Ball with a Doomfist and a Pharmacy with Bob on the Ana. They are going to roll out on this Doomfist. Dalvin decided, fuck it, I want to play Fist. They do spot this double shield though, so Farah's going to be putting a lot of work here. If they can get the damage over and behind the shield, should be able to build up quite an early barrage, because they don't have the Diva, they don't have the Stigma to block her out quite as hard as you can with an Orisa. Or sorry, the other way around. So just posturing here, the dive tanks, just looking to take space, and then Winston does come in. The ball is nowhere to be seen, is off fighting over Reinhardt because he got stuck. But, Bob does fall though, and with Dalvin falling as well, that looks like it should be a initial hold for the side of SDG, but they do lose Super Ellis. Mr. Turtle is often an adventure in the back line. Does not manage to get out, does fall to Dalvin on, no, not Dalvin, sorry, Kazakilla on this Pharmacy. Both the supports very low for the side of SDG Elite, as Fict and Rob are just flying about above the point, doing as they please. Fict already with this barrage, doing a very good job. Femi decides to charge a wall, because fuck it, why not? But Dalvin does go down to McCree. I do hope that wasn't a flashbang Platinum Hammer. If it was, I'm disgusted. So we're going to see just Team Lunar here, just backing off and resetting, waiting for their Doomfist to come back. The Doomfist not having too much ult charge right now, and it's going to swap off. Dalvin is going to swap off to the Hanzo who's playing very well, and Bud swaps to the Moira for a bit more survivability, which I think is a very good call here. And so early barrage here just to break the Orisa shield, not doing too much else besides that. I think he was slightly out of position, not quite where he wanted to be for that, which is a shame. That could have been a very good opportunity there. But just wait, to put 5 tanks here, just waiting to posture up. Super Ellis does get a bit of damage onto both of them, and Mr. Turtle is very low, and so is Bub. So Rob does have the Valkyrie here, which he does pop, but the Femi does take out Mr. Turtle with the charge, but Rob does manage to get the res off, but they lose Bub in the process. Are they still going to commit to this fight? I'd like to see them back off. Oh, and Femi with the solo shatter. Feels bad. And so that's going to be Team Lunar with another unsuccessful attack. So Mr. Brightside is just sitting up top behind them. I wonder what he's doing right now. So we're going to see Dodie here with this sandbag. Can he avoid getting caught by this dive? So we're going to see Mr. Turtle into the Sigma. So Sigma Ball, that is not a tank line I can say I'm very familiar with. It's an interesting swap. It'll indicate to me that we're going to see a swap here from Mr. Brightside after this. So Dodie does invest a Sound Barrier after they lose the Moya, which is unfortunate. So Sigma here frontlining, just trying to. So High Noon here does take out Fix, but they do trade. And so they the jump tide does find 2, but Mr. Brightside managed to clean them up. If Team Lunar can reset quickly here, they can push in and have a very successful attack. Mr. Turtle does go down to Femi on the Reinhardt, but Reinhardt slightly overextends. And the Dragon Strike comes in, does do a good job of zoning the Orisa and the Moira back. But with the Orisa at half HP, she just about managed to stay in her armor, which is huge for an Orisa. But the barrage does find both the Orisa, the Moira, and the Lucio. Does find Dodie on the as he comes back from spawn. Mr. Brightside cleans up, and that's going to be Team Lunar capping first point. As long as they can clear out this junk grab pretty quickly. Super Red is just going a bit of a circus act, just going to fly around on the high ground. It does eventually fall to Fict on this Pharah. And so honestly, so we're going to see Mr. Turtle going in for the Diva here. So we're playing Ball and Diva now. So they swapped off their original plan of playing Diva Monkey. Just going to be flying through this window and seeing no swaps out here for the side of SDG, apart from the DPS. In fact, no, both the DPS are swapping. Vela Hades going over to the Soldier, and Super Ella's going over to the Ashe. This must be I would hope this is a comp they practice, because it seems to be a pretty go-to swap right now. They're not running the McCree, which is interesting, so they don't have the flash of the ball when he engages. There's a slight disconnect here from the team, and the ball does manage to put the minefield in the back. So there's no backing off now for the side of SDG Elite. And the Ashe is just sitting up on the high ground, thank you. And the minefield does find the Ashe in the end. And Rob does take out Bob with this Mercy in the Valkyrie form. Getting just a nice 3-man shatter, but can SDG turn this fight around? I'm not too sure. With another barrage out from Flick here, does manage to find the Orisa. And that's going to be Team Lunar rolling towards that golden box of victory, which on my screen is actually blue, but we don't talk about it. And so Mr. Brightside getting a very late stag onto Vela Hades, and that's going to be a huge pick. SDG Elite are going to have to take the final fight 5v6, and not even that. It's looking like it's going to be just the Moira, the only one able to touch, and they can't quite get there. Dodie does get taken out by Mr. Brightside and the Fix and the Fan. That's going to be Team Lunar going up 2-0 in the series with quite a dominant performance on King's Row. Very good. Oh, stealing the hands they play the game. Sure, why not?
Pure class.
So just waiting to hear if there's going to be any swaps coming out for either of these teams. Team Lunar looking quite comfortable right now. The DPS doing a lot of work, as well as the tank line being very solid as always. That's what you expect from the bench boys. Wouldn't expect anything else from my EU brethren. Got 4 people in the stream right now. What do you think of the game so far? How much have you caught? Who do you think's going to win? Do you think that Dirty and the SDG Elite are going to be able to start the reverse sheep, or do you think it's going to be a clean 4-0? Let me know. Just waiting to hear from SDG whether they're going to be making any swaps. So as we do that, I'm just going to be swapping over the map as we go over to Volskaya Industries. It's going to be our 2CP map for today. Here it is. Okay, so we're going to see a couple of swaps come out here from the side of SDG Elite. You can see Kaza and Dara here playing tank. Veil of Hades is going to be staying on his TPS along with Super Ellis. I'm going to see Beetle and Nymph on support. So Dodie is going to be... Oh, that was not what I meant to do. My bad. So Dodie is going to be taking himself out here. Looking to start the sheep. I do hope they elect to attack, but I don't think they will. Ice Mage, what team are you on? Are you on Team Lunar? Ice Mage is on SDG. Currently, that's red. Fahad, Femi, Dodie, and Ice Mage. Fahad, Femi, Dodie, and Ice Mage. Fahad, Femi, Dodie, and Ice Mage. Should be blue. Fahad, Femi, Dodie, and Ice Mage. Just going to be changing over these names. Oh. Just we're ready for both teams to set their reefy. And we're going to be going into our third map. Bella Hades ready. Just me ready for Fict.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries. Initiating match.
Okay, just waiting to see what we're going to have from either team here. I would assume we're going to see Hanzo Farah here. Or maybe Tracer Farah with the dive tanks. Oh no, we do see the Hanzo Farah, but we do see the Ryan Zarya from Mr. Right side of Mr. Turtle. So on the defense, we're going to have Ash, Junkrat. Both Pharmacy on both teams, we're going to have the only difference in support line being the Mercy instead of the Moira. This side of the attack. Sorry, Mercy instead of Alicia. Both teams are going to be running this Run Zarya. We're going to see which gets more value out of their bubbles, which gets more value over their DPS. We're going to see an interesting hold here from the side of SDG. They're going to be hiding in this right hand side room. Hopefully not going to take too much poke damage. Honestly, I reckon they're going to be looking for that team leader to be walking past them and then speed onto them from behind. Which is exactly what we're going to see. A nice engage here. Does manage to get a bit of damage, but Dara here on this Ryan does go down very... Oh, and both Ryans go down here. Which is massively impact both teams, but I think it's more of a danger for the side of the defense here. Especially with the Moira going down and the jump that's going to follow shortly after. The Dalvin on this Hanzo does go down for the side of the attack, but a nice plan from SDG Elite, but the execution not quite there. And Fict just running absolutely rampant. I'm going to see if you can follow on board on him here for this. Nope, that's Bub. We want Fict. Here we go. So Fict's already at the funny number for his ult charge. I mean, hopping on board here to see what he does, but Rob stands in the way of a fire strike, because why not? Opting to... Oh, just peek main into a Vela Hades on this. Ash does have to quickly back to the side and let Rob heal him up. Does take out the steel trap, which is huge value, you know what to say. The barrage is going to be online now. Does put it onto the Zarya's head, does manage to take out Super Airlift, but does trade with the Junkrat. Dalvin as well going down, and starts to grab into the side of the defense and the Shatter. And so that's going to be a bit of an over-investment potentially from the side of the defense. They might like to have that Shatter back particularly. So we're going to see Grab Dragon coming online here for the tide of Team Lunar very shortly. As well as both support ults. Going up against both support ults from the side of the defense. And honestly, I would rather have a Sound Barrier than a Valkyrie, I reckon. Especially when you're going up against a Grab Dragon. If you time that well with the Coalescence, you should be able to survive. Oh, but Vela Hades out of position. Is he going to get caught? Yes, he does. Mr. Brightside does finish off the work that Fix put in. So it's going to be a dragon comes in. Oh, but Mr. Brightside takes out the Riptide. That was their one-win condition for the defense. Both Coalescences come out. But the one from Bub is going to get more value because it does get the damage boost from Rob and this Mercy and the Valkyrie form. And we see Mr. Turtle does charge into the Zarya. Doesn't quite manage to pin her, but does end up getting the kill with the help from Dalvin and Mr. Brightside. Doomfist out here from the... Oh, and just melted. Dalvin says no, back to spawn you go. Another barrage here from Fix. Built that out very quickly. That's what you expect from a Pharah. Might as well be EU this. And so it's going to be a very quick point B capture. They did not manage to get it on the first attack. They didn't quite manage to get this normal, but they do in fact gain 14 seconds, which is brutal. Gaining time on a 2 CP map is so very difficult. Honestly, I would have preferred to see Team Lunar run this hog and ball torture, as shown in one of the Academy games yesterday, which we won't mention. Hog and ball torture, particularly for point A on board Skyer, can be actually a very good comp, surprisingly good. Just gonna look at this little mural of Zarya. Anybody who's Russian in Thailand, please tell me what this says. They seem to be missing out a letter. Sure, it probably just says Russia's defender or something along those lines. We see this little starting building. The industries. Where's the dancing robot? I forget. There's one robot that dances. Just once we got a bit of time. Which is the dancing robot? Does anybody in chat know? Robot here being constructed. Where's your head at? Big ass bot here. Some creepy looking eyes. So we're going to see Dalvin on the Torbjorn here. Pharmacy for both. Oh no, Pharmacy for one side. And Vela Hades is going to be playing the Echo without Mercy. Echo without Mercy, in my opinion, is kind of Papega. You don't get the one-shot ability with the sticky bombs, and so it takes so much longer to build up the ult. Mr. Turtle, they're going to be blocked off the sticky bombs. Both projectile bubbles are traded out, but now both personals. So the Reinhardt's jockeying for position. Oh, but Nymph does go down to a fire strike from Mr. Turtle, who's just going to be walking in now and swinging on Dara here. So Super Ellis does go low, as does Dara here, and Beedle, and they all do have to back out for the side of SDG Elite. Just pushed away. I really do like this Torbjorn pick for the side of Dalvin. Puts a lot of pressure on this Echo. And so, oh, and a nice headshot from him. He does fall. Where was that fight taking place? Was it over here somewhere? No? Where was it? It was in this back room over here. Especially with that res onto Rob. The turret putting a lot of pressure onto the Echo. It means he has to play very safe, but this pharmacy from Fix is just able to play completely wherever he likes, out in the open. Under no pressure from Super Ellis almost. Super Ellis playing that soldier just has to hit a lot of his shots and consistent tracking. That's why I'd like to see him onto the Ashe, onto the McCree. Oh, Fix does eat a full thing of sticky bombs that somehow managed to survive before eventually getting finished off. A two-man chat onto both the tanks here from Mr. Turtle, and the Shatter does find both of the supports here. Oh, and Dara here does manage to clean up both the supports, but that should be SDG being held. There's a nice clean up from the tanks here. Things the side of Team Lunar do not have any supports. Oh, and Miss Super Ellis wins the 1v1 against Fix. I believe he hit the Helix rocket onto him. And so there's going to be 3 people left. Dalvin, does he have a turret set up is the question. I don't think he currently does. I'd like to see him get that set up. Just put a bit of pressure onto the DPS here, the squishies. Mr. Brightside and Mr. Turtle doing a good job of just sitting back and just waiting for their respawns to come back, which they do right now. They're back up to 5. The turret is now set up. It's a nice grab, gets 4 I believe, and the Coombs pick up 2. Puts them all in one big pile, which isn't the best idea. They don't stack, in fact. Little known fact. A lot of people just still don't know that to this day. The Coombs don't stack, so it is best to just put one into a grab and then spread the rest out and try and cover their retreat. The soldier does go off the map from Super Ellis just to try and reset with his team. Any swaps here from the side of SDG? No, not going to see any swaps so far. So the Echo does take the Torbjorn but gets instantly melted. Rob getting the final blow on that, but does fall himself. So maybe getting a bit cocky, maybe we'll pick up the pistol too soon. Oh, we get stunned. Nymph gets stunned as the sound barrier. That's brutal. The tap visor just put into a shield. Doesn't get anything done. Mr. Brightside does laser down 2 in that fight with his big old flamethrower. So we're going to see Vela Hades now going over onto the Widow. Probably perhaps getting a little bit tilted at how much free room Fix is being given here. And just looking to try and get that one-shot potential. Super Ellis go over to the May as well. That's an interesting call. Looking to try and ignore the fire as long as possible and just blow up the front line. That's another thing Torb is very good at, is protecting your front line in ways that you don't quite realise. Because you've got the pressure from the turret on a side angle, except not in this case. And then you've also got that shotgun damage. Does a lot more than people think. It does just as good at a shield breaker as a McCree is, even better. Oh, so a nice defensive barrage there. Barraging whilst in the grab. Mr. Brightside does find 2 on a bit of an off angle. Where is Mr. Brightside? Oh, he's managed to sneak around behind. Does find 4. That might potentially be play of the game. I'd like to see how that happened. Going to see Team Lunar now rushing to the spawn, and it's looked like Team Lunar are going to take this map, and with that the series. Oh, the grab, just the BM. It does find the Mercy. Solo grab the Mercy. They do manage to trigger overtime, but it's looking like it's going to be all for nothing. Mr. Brightside does eventually fall. There goes his KDA. The Sombra doesn't get anything. Oh, and the BM from Fix even just runs off the map. Decides, you know what? My team don't even need me. We've already won this, and that's going to be Team Lunar going 3-0 and securing the series. But the question is now: is it going to end 3-1, or is it going to be a clean 4-0 for Team Lunar? They do have. Now, all they're playing for is map differential. They are going to be taking this lead. They're going to win this game, sorry.
To be expected.
Team Lunar looking strong for a second week in a row. So our last map is going to be Havana. Fun times. Which honestly, from the way this game's been going, the DPS picks we've seen should, in my Professional opinion, obviously. Looks like it's gonna go the way of Team Lunar because they've been playing well, and it's a map that's very good for both Farah and Hanzo, which are the two main DPS we've seen from them. So we've got a 5 to 10 minute break or so as we wait for swaps to come in for either side, and then attack, and then we're gonna see it. I do hope SDG do decide to defend, because it's going to make my life a lot easier, and I don't have to change around all the spectators again. Escort and Havana is there. There we go. Oh, someone from the side of SDG Elite does decide to leave the game because I don't want to be here anymore. Apparently, yikes! This has been a very quick game so far. We've been live for 58 minutes, and we had quite a bit of time at the start in lobby because we're sorting out some drama with Super Ellis. This has all been cleared though. It just changed his Discord name. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of swaps here from the side of Team Lunar. Looking like they're going to just be giving some people some playtime, honestly. I think they feel quite confident in this. So you're going to see Dorky Wannabe Goth coming in to Tank Liners. I think this is his debut. For Team Lunar. You're going to see Tyler Lowles going to be coming in to support him alongside. We're going to see TC coming in onto DPS along with twitch.tv/OmniFlop. Go check them out. And then we're going to see Trill and Army of Minions coming in. It's Trill here. Trill is there. And Army of Minions. Just making sure you are... Oops, that's the wrong team. Bub should be spectator red only. So we're going to see, okay, so supports we're going to see Nymph and Dodie on support. So Beetle is going to be coming out. I need to be on the move tool, my bad. Dodie. And we're going to see Beetle going onto DPS. Alongside Dara here. And we're going to see Femi and Ice Mage on tank. Just waiting for Nymph to tell me the attack or defend. And then we'll be going into map 5 on Huvana Unana. I fucking hate that song with a passion. I hate having to swap all the spectators over. It's so painful. Is that everybody done? Believe it is. There we go, finally. Havana Unana. So what we're going to see here from the attack. Hey! Did you just try and sleep me? Explain yourself. Oh. Dodie's throwing SDGs, picking Zen. So we're going to see Arsh Hanzo and Mercy Zen versus TC's going to be coming in on their Widow, and we're going to see Omniflorp, twitch.tv/Omniflorp is going to be playing this Reaper. You're going to see the Moira Briggs for the defense. Both teams running down Dario, of course, as you do. Let's see. No, we don't want to watch Dodie. Nobody wants to watch the Zen. Oh, TC immediately with that headshot. Putting their name, slapping their big fat cock on the table saying, not my game. You can see army and minions here just swinging away, doing brig things. We're going to look on board with TC now. He does go low, he does need some heals. Teabagging as he walks past, as you do. Is anyone going to heal him? Please, heal the Widow. Heal the Widow. No one's going to heal. There we go, we got heals on the Widow finally. The Ryan does fall on Tyler. Dink. Oh, not quite getting the dink. Just put the Ash to 1 HP though. Doesn't quite find the final shot. And, oh, no. Okay, we're going to be fucking off now. Mishata does find 2 for SDG. And the trance does come out. So he decides, you know what, let's press triangle at the same time as Murphy. But somehow it's worked. I'm just going to see a charge coming through from Femmy, doesn't quite catch the Zarya, and SDG with a pretty good first point A attack so far. Sitting up here, just doing what Sua showed me yesterday when I was watching the stream back. This sign isn't actually attached to the wall. It's a fraudulent sign. I'm gonna see, oh, TC on the Tracer does find a 3-man shatter, does Tyler, and they clean up the Mercy via that, and it's gonna be TC finding 2 in the fight, picking off the Zen, who's completely vulnerable. Tyler does fall to Beetle on this Ash, so it's gonna be a quick clean up for the side of Team Lunar. Dodie's swapping over to this Brig now, but they do have 4 ults. They have no support ults, but SDG do have the rest of their ults available for this next push. They're going up against Death Blossom from Omniflorp, and then a Grav, that's what it's called. The Grab Dragon does come out, does find two. Omniclock does find one on the back side. Can Team Lunar turn this? They have no tanks, they have no brig. It's 2 DPS and a Moira. If they can make coalescence here, they honestly could be able to turn this, but now with the res coming on and Trill going down, oh no, you really did it to them, Femi. That's going to be Team Lunar losing point A. It's a pretty decent hold, can't lie. Obviously we didn't quite manage to hold them to overtime, but it was close. There's about not too long left in this game. So it's going to be second point is very hard to push into. They do spot out Dodie on the brig though, but they don't quite manage to punish him. Dorky want to be off, doing quite well on his debut here, does have the grabs, which they don't often use. 3-man shatter from Femi, so he does fall himself. Dodie does get stunned himself by Tyler. Oh no, by I'm guessing it must be the brig. And Tyler does find him. Tyler goes down to the Zarya, didn't quite manage to get the final kill. Ice Maid's very low here, does eventually go down to Dorky. Dorky's still holding on to this grab, which honestly I think in this situation is the right call. So yeah, it's going to be SDG pushing in with both support ults and a Bob immediately available to them. They're coming up soon to this grab dragon. Oh, it's a nice 2-man shatter onto both the Ryan, the two characters with shields. Interesting how they got shattered, but we're going to see a pretty quick point B capture. Well, it's looking like it for the side of SDG Elite. With those late kills coming in, I don't know if they're going to be able to get a contestant. Do they have anybody lying in wait to touch? Doesn't look like it. With only 2 on point, they might be able to get there in time. If the Hanzo can get there, the Hanzo is going to have to be the one to touch there. And I think that's losing their Ryan. They have to back out now, and they are doing so. They are backing away. The Hanzo kind of in no man's land here from TC. It does need to run away. Do they know that the Hanzo's behind the Ryan? Doesn't look like it. Trio managing to keep up their team pretty well. Orb does have to be forced out, but it's going to be Team Lunar on the back foot this map. Obviously a completely different lineup to the first 3 maps we've seen. So it's kind of hard to compare them. Honestly, it's a completely different team. We're going to see a nice shatter here. Does find one. Does find the break, and it also finds Bob. The grab here from Dorky, finally using it, and they do manage to get 2 kills off it. I think it's a good work. Oh, but Army of Minions slightly overextends to try and get the Zarya and falls to the Hanzo. There's going to be Dorky looking to hold them back, push them back into the point B, into the distillery. He's got the Zarya here going low, just get healed up by Nymph. Nymph's playing pretty well on this match, honestly. I haven't seen her die too often. So nice 4-man shatter finds everybody but the DPS. The dragon does come through. Nymph goes very low, as does Dodie. Dodie does fall to the Hanzo, and the dragon takes out Dara here on this Hanzo as well. So very nice shatter there from Tyler. Playing pretty well on this Reinhardt so far. Dorky and Tyler, maybe going to give Mr. Brightside and Mr. Turtle a run for their money? Not too sure anytime soon, but maybe one day. So long range grab does get yeeted in. The Hanzo does come from downtown, but doesn't actually manage to get any kills. As I say, that army of minions does go down. The dragon, if the dragon had been a little bit closer, they maybe could have got a few more kills there. There was 4 people in the grab as far as I saw. Oh, the Mercy Nymph is going in on this battle. Mercy does back out though. Do they realise that Zarya is down to their right with 1 HP? They do, and Zarya here does take them out in the end. So far this match has been a battle for Hanzo. TT does swap back over to this Widow. Are they going to manage to find anything? Going to hop on board with the Reinhardt here from Femi and see if does opt to charge Bob. TT on the flank. Does he find anything? Doesn't quite get finished off here by Femi. We're going to see the Lucio here from Army of Minions just coming out to stall and is already at 50% pretty much to this sandbar, which is pretty good from them. I reckon they'll be looking to stay on this. They can get this final kill if they can. Trill, just go on, you kill that Mercy. Yep, there we go. And so that's going to be Team Lunar holding with not too much time left in this time bank, about a minute and a half or so remaining, just under. Trill does go down to half, is forced to fade. But that shouldn't be an issue. That will definitely come up before the next fight starts, as TSDG are still in their spawn door. They are kind of lacking out. Oh, TC with a nice headshot onto the Ash from Beetle. It's going to slow them down. They're really lacking this without the Lucio. It's so hard for them to get in. And going up against double sniper, you really need to get into the fight quickly. I swap on to Dodie just as he gets shattered. We've seen some very nice shatters come out. Oh, a bit of a wasted grab potentially. The shatter out of the grab from Femi they do manage to clean up 2 from that. So we're going to see the grab coming in soon for Ice Mage. 97, 98. Femi is forced. Oh no, sorry. Femi is allowed to push up. Oh, but can they get this kill onto the Ash here for the defense from Omniflop? Can he get it? He does. Eventually has to punch him to death. He does bubble his tank. Oh, but the grab does find the Wrecking Ball in the end. Shredder's able to fade out of it, and the grab dragon bit out of sync, doesn't manage to find any. But actually, no, the dragon ends up finding 2 on its own. Oh, and Dara here really putting on a show here. Doesn't manage to find a 3rd kill on TC. And so we're on board with this Ash here from Omniflop. He's already got the bob out. The Dorky does manage to get the Zarya of the attack with the power drive. We're going to see TC. What can they find with the Widow? Nice attempt at a 180 shot. Only finds the 1 though from the Wrecking Ball. And so far we're seeing Army and Minions doing a pretty good job here of stalling the payload completely on their own. But as Team Lunar start to lose people, it's going to become harder and harder for them to hold it. Omni goes off the map, I guess. And Dorky does fall. With the rally armor now, it's going to be so hard for TC to even find headshot one-shots. They're the only person alive. They do touch the payload to stop it for just a second. That should buy enough time for the Reinhardt to come back. And the Reinhardt is back. It's a nice shatter. Does find 3. Can they clean up any kills from it? Dara here does go low, but immediately gets healed back up, and the Tyler Rolls does go down again. If we're going to minefield out though for the defense, that could be it. With the Doomfist swap as well. Dara here goes down to 1 HP. Can they find the final kill in him? No, they can't. And so it's going to be Dara here and the Doomfist from Omniflop trading each other, but the Dorky wanna be got does go down, and 2 more people going down to Team Lunar, and that's going to be SDG Elite capping full on Havana in overtime. Dara here really putting on a show there towards the end, getting a lot of kills in that fight, showing why he's been put onto DPS from tank from last round.
Initiating match.
So after a not the best first point hold from Team Lunar, they really turned it around that map. They ended up doing pretty well, and managing to hold people to overtime on Havana is a bit of an achievement. Like, this map is quite often gets stopped at this point here, right where I'm looking now. It's at the end of 2nd point. Very often gets stopped there, as we saw from a couple of the Academy games earlier this weekend, and even I believe in one of the Elite games that was going on yesterday. So as we wait to see what SDG are going to be running on this defense, they're showing Mercy Honor and Junkrat Ash with the Rhine Signal. Honestly, I can tell you that's not a comp I expected from them. Interesting. I understand the Mercy pick to go with the Ash. I'm not too sure about the Junkrat though, considering nothing that Team Lunar have shown so far would indicate they're looking to play broad. They played snipers and they played dive. Interesting. So we're going to see Genji Widow. No, we're not. We're going to see Torb Widow. Go on, Omniflop. Do me proud. Do me proud, I beg you. So Tyler somehow falls to the most obvious trap in the distance, and TC finds an early headshot onto Beetle. It does force the res. The turret not going to be doing too much here. We're going to be on board with Tyler now. See how they start to trade with Femi. Femi already down to half, so that's the pressure from the Torb. But oh, Tyler takes a lot of damage from that Junkrat. And TC finding another headshot onto Dara here, so that's going to relieve a lot of the pressure from the Reinhardt for the side of Team Lunar here. Beetle does find TC in the end. And so both Reinhardts just trading blows here, going low. Femi can't really push. Oh, Femi goes for the shatter, but does side to fire strike. He's going to get red up, but obviously does not have that ultimate available. Omniflop with the headshot and Discord Orb finds the Zarya of the defense, and that's going to be Omniflop finding 2 with another kill from Army and Minions. That's going to be then Team Lunar cracking open this defense. Dorky Wannabe Goth does find a clean-up kill, and Trill finding 2. One with the Coalescence, one with the Primary Part. Oh. Oh no. Oh, don't do it to him. What do you have to explain to yourself, Dorky? On your debut, the BM already, I love to see it, but officially I hate to see it. So the Ana from Dodie does get the nano boost onto the Rhine, but hasn't done too much of it so far. The Transcendence does come out now from Army of Minions. And the Kumis as well. A nice spread there. And Bob doesn't manage to quite contest point. Oh, Fiesta here, what's going on? Oh, a zoning Diva Bomb to take out the Riptide. That's definitely what was planned. The cool mech does manage to squash the Rhine in the end. And this is potentially winnable for Team Lunar if they can reset quickly. So, that's going to be Dara here now, swapping over to this Widow from the Junkrat. Going to be looking to take the Widow 1v1 against TC. TC does obviously have sights right now. Do they? Oh, Omni. Oh, Omni, how have you got away with this? So he managed to get into the back line. He's taken the attention of two. Oh, it's a nice headshot. Does win the Widow 1v1. He's looking to try and find Dodie on this Ana. Does find it with a very nice headshot there from TC. I'm not quite sure what the shatter hit, but the pin does take out army of minions in the end. But that's going to be, with two very nice headshots from TC, it's going to be SDG Elite losing first point. Beetle does find that TC in the end, but TC is going to get short spawn as Team Lunar cap the first point. Army of minions here does have a slightly longer respawn run back, but that's fine. They are Zen, there's no fight going on right now. So we're going to go on board with TC yet again. Never mind, no we're not, they just died. So we're going to be looking at Tyler here, as he has the shatter. What's he going to get with this? Is he going to manage to get it through Femi's shield? Or we're going to see another shatter shield. Femi completely leaving his team. That would have been a nice opportunity to shatter there, but the call went in. Is he going to shatter out the grab? He does fall to the pin from the nano boosted Rhine inside of a grab. That's a lot of ults just to take out a Reinhardt. And TC does take out Mercy on the respawn. Going to see on board with TC now, taking the Widow 1v1. Oh, he gets pinned from the side, and Femi with the teabag. Oh no. Oh TC, I'm so sorry. What happened? Oh no. Oh, but meanwhile, so that's happening. Omniflop gets a hammer kill onto Ice Mage. How? Omni, you are my hero. You see this Mercy slightly out of position here, but they don't manage to punish him. Oh, never mind. She flies straight into TC on this Genji. You can see this Torbjorn here from Omniflop, a nicely positioned turret. It does force away the supports and the remaining respawns for the side of SDG Elite, and Team Lunar is going to be rolling it in. No, they're not going to quite roll it into third point. Nice shatter there from Femi. He does find both the tanks, but the Transcendent does come in to counteract. So right now, Team Lunar has been, I wouldn't say forced, but they've elected to use 3 ults here to cap this point. Maybe that's indicating that they're going to swap off the Torbjorn, but from the looks of things, it doesn't look like Omni's in any rush to get to the spawn door. They use both support ults and the Torbjorn ult to counter the shatter. Nice dynamite there. Huge. Dynamite your own team, why not? So we're going to see what TC can do here on this Genji. Genji in 2020, who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? Trying to get the Ashe to hit himself in the head, or herself, to no success. Does get a bit of damage onto this Ana. The skill orb does take out the Ashe in the end. Let's see. So Beetle does have Bob here, but immediately goes down to half. Just get healed though. Bob gets bubbled and pushed into the back line, but oh, Dara hit on the Tracer goes down to a random pin. So right now, Femi and Tyler are just trading blows. Oh, Tyler puts down his shield at the wrong time, allowing Femi to get a 4-man shatter. Femi's playing pretty well on this map. And so after that shatter, 3 kills are going to come in through for SDG Elite, and Dorky, just try and back out, mate, please. Thank you. There we go. Dorky does manage to back out. Dara here is going to chase him, see if he can get that D-Mech. Dara here does have the pulse bomb. So Team Lunar somewhat pushed back into the second point. So TC somewhat slowly coming up on this Genji blade. What they're going to be able to do with this? It's an early Torbolt here from Omniflop. The pin does manage to take out Omni in the end, but Femi does decide to step into the coom. Okay, so we've got the Genji blade coming out now. Oh, and gets deleted. Damn, you hate to see it. Oh, Tyler does get slept by this Ana. Are they going to be able to get out? Oh, they're on 1 HP. Dodie, run. Dodie does manage to get a health pack, and with that, We see Army of Minions not quite able to finish that kill. If they managed to get that kill on Today, that could have been a huge stagger. Dara here goes in, but is immediately forced away from both the McCree and the turret. A nice two-man shatter there, doesn't manage to get any kills. Both DPS do get shattered. So we're going to see micro missiles through the matrix, does delete the rain shield almost immediately. Oh. SDG Paul, you casting our game. I am Jerome, I am indeed. So we're going to see 2 kills, 3 kills here coming in through SDG Elite. With just under a minute left. Oh, Omni with a nice headshot. Dorky decides I don't want to live anymore, I'm going off the map. I'm going to reset with my team, it's the right decision. Dar here immediately gets rezzed up by Nip. Oh! But as that Beetle dies, I believe it's to fan the hammer. And that's going to be TC jumping over the sleep, I believe. We're going to see what Team Lunar can do to finish this map with 30 seconds. We're going to see a nice tour bolt to put a bit of pressure into the backline. Does find the Mercy in the end. Nymph does go down. Oh, does find the Tracer as well. And the coalescence from Trill does take out Dodie. Both supports out and the Rhine forced the counter charge. We're going to see what Tyler can do here. He's coming up on this shatter. The shatter is quite big. The bomb is huge though from Dorky. Does find 2, the Tracer and the Mercy. 2 very irritating characters in this sort of situation. I like that turret placement. There does manage, and the turret, as I say, that does manage to take out Ice Mage. Do they recognise Beetle is there? They do. Beetle is low, is not able to touch themselves. Dorky does finding another 2. That's going to be both teams completing 3rd point with overtime. So we're going to see a minute for both teams going into time bank rounds.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Let's shoot for a new high score.
So we're going to see here, from the side of defense, we're going to see a Mage Orb from Team Lunar. Going to go double sniper, Ash Widow for the side of the offense. Oh my god, that tree's in such an annoying position. So early bubble there from the Zarya on the defense. Oh, and TC just about managed to get back to their team. Oh, the boot from Dodie does find the finishing blow onto the Reinhardt. I'd like to see Team Lunar here take either back out entirely or take an aggressive fight and to stop the parry to give themselves a chance for a respawn. TC walls himself off from their team. Interesting decision. Dorky out of mech right now, does fall down to the headshot from Beetle. And that, looking like SDG might manage to cap first point pretty quickly off that. TC going to be swapping over to this Widow. Omnifluff on this Torbjorn, just about managed to get out maybe. Oh! For me, that's a risky business. Moira's just going to take a break on the bench real quick. Joining the bench boys. And you know it had to be done. Their rightful place. So right now we're gonna see what we can see from Femi's POV as he's coming shortly up to his shatter. Gonna watch in third person, see if oh, it does get shot in the side from TC. Coalescence comes out for Nymph. Trill not quite at that coalescence, does come up to it now. Oh, it's a very nice torbolt, puts Femi down to just below half HP. TC does manage to find the headshot kill to finish off the Reinhardt, and with the sound barrier coming out from Jody, so Dara here does take out TC, so we're in a 5v5 right now. Oh, but Trill goes down just before the sound barrier can come in. It's a nice shatter, does find 2, 3, and so Tyler Lowell does clean up 2 with, oh, it's a shatter coming in. It's nice block from Tyler there. This is chaos right now, I don't know what's happening. I'm sure you guys can see better than I can cast. I believe it's a 3v3 on point. Another coalescence coming out here from Nim. Done a very good job to build that up, and Tyler does go down, as does Dawkins. So SDG are going to be continuing the push in. So SDG Elite is going to be looking like they're going to cap second point unless Team Lunar have anything to say about it. Team Lunar do has another Torbolt, and TC does take out the pressure from the Ash, and oh, they don't quite see 9. Dirty manages to touch in the end. This turret putting a lot of work in, but SDG Elite getting just about enough kills to finish it. TC on the flank doesn't quite manage to find enough to turn this fight just yet. And with that, 2 kills coming in from the Rhine, that's going to be... Oh, that's going to be SDG Elite capping second point as well. So, SDG Elite actually here looking with a large ult bank. And honestly, this is looking like it could go to a full third point capture. So Bob come out here from SDG Elite. Can they manage to boot? They don't quite manage to boot Bob off. Oh, it's a nice shatter there from Femi. Playing very well this map. Shatter just get blocked there. And this is looking like SDG are slow rolling this. Oh, they do have both sound barriers come out. The Torbolt as well out from the side of the defense. Oh, with Omnibot finds Beetle, and that might be the beginning of the end. That might be where SDG gets stopped. And they get pushed off the payload, and they're not able to touch in time. And that's going to be on the bridge, just before the castle. On third point is where SDG are going to be stopped. SDG was quite a good attack there for a minute. If I was Team Lunar, I'd be somewhat worried. Are they going to get the 4-0, or are they going to only manage to take the 3-1? I mean, they do have this series in the bag, let's not forget that. They played very well the first 3 maps. Obviously, this is a completely different team. This is Bench Boys v2. So, we're going to see... So, Team Lunar have now decided they're going to play it like it's ranked. They're going to play double shield, Bastion, Torbjorn, and then just shit out heals. That's going to be their plan. So the Bastion is set up on payload. Where is the 12 turret? Turret? Oh, no, that's where is the turret? Oh, it's way in the back. So you want to see double sniper out here coming out from SDG Elite. So SDG Elite here, just having to give space so far. Oh, that is a mortality field out. That's a huge cooldown that they're now missing. Oh, but the Rhine does go down. If the Zarya can pick anybody off here, this could be very winnable for them. With the Zarya falling and the Orisa and the Orisa also finding the Mercy. Oh, an Omni block with the turret does that, and that's going to be, looks like Team Lunar are going to get this first point cap. Femi, until Ice Mage and Femi deciding to swap off Ryan Zarya and go into Orisa Sig. looking to play for those ultimates, it seems like. Oh no, they are going to contest first point. Including the Bastion here. Oh, Tyler does find 2. The Shatter potentially unnecessary. That's going to be Team Lunar rolling into first point with still their Bastion Torb set up. Kinetic Grasp is forced out from the Sigma here. The Rock doesn't find anybody, the shield does block it. We're going to see the Bastion out coming out here from TC. Both support outs still available for the side of Team Lunar. They're opting not to invest them just yet. Bastion not finding anybody just yet. The Immortality Field and Coalescence are going to come out now from TC. Sorry, from Trill and Army Minions. Torbolt coming as well, as Bob is out. Bob is standing in the Coombs though. And so it's going to fall eventually. The Torbolt does find 2, 3, 4, 5! Oh! Omni flop! After finding the hammer kill in the first round, now manages to find 4 plus Bob. We'll call it 5. In this round here, just there, that was pretty phenomenal Tor play if I don't say so myself. So we're going to see, it's going to come down to the wire. So, only problem is for Team Lunar, they were forced to use a lot of ults there. They have no ults up just yet. Tyler Lowes is at 78% to this Shatter, but Ice Mage is coming up on this. Both tank ults are coming up. Sorry, for SDG SDG Elite, as well as Dara here with this Dragon Strike coming up very shortly. No support ults up for either team. Potentially Trill might be able to get Coalescence if this fight goes on a while. They just need to avoid being one shot. Oh, TC doing a very good job of building up this Bastion ult. Finding both DPS, and that might be the beginning of the end. The 3-man Shatter, and that might be SDG. The final hurdle just falling, and that's going to be... Oh, the Sigma decides enough is enough. Femi decides he wants off. And that's going to be Team Lunar in a thrilling Hanamura game. Winning it, and going to be winning the match, the series 4-0 over SDG Elite. Well played to both. Okay, and with that, I'm going to be ending the stream.